Look.
I really wanted a great big outer space aliens episode.
Nice practical spacesuit. I love it. It's been very, very well made.
I was really excited to read the script because I felt like it made sense to be a deaf character. For the monster to chase after them and the whispering, what did it say? The sound it made, yeah. I love doing this kind of thing. I love stunts. The scarier, the higher, whatever, give it all to me.
Skydiving, spacesuits, falling, screaming, marvellous.
$400,000 years ago, what was the planet called?
It was called Midnight.
I've been here before.
It wasn't intended to be a sequel to begin with. I worked on this a lot with Sharma. Sharma Walfall is a brilliant writer. Ncuti had always wanted an episode with the Orisha gods from Nigeria. We couldn't quite get the pantheon of gods to work somehow, partly because the Orishas are a genuine religion, were properly respected, and it was hard to be truly respectful towards them and make them into Doctor Who villains at the same time. It could never quite work. I haven't given up on that idea. So we kind of pushed that as far as we could until we simply needed to substitute an enemy of our own. But we arrived at an alien planet, we arrived at a place where scary things were happening, and I knew there was like going to be a monster in the well. So while Sharma and I were working on the Orishas and trying to get a mystical planet and a great script that just didn't quite work, this idea was building in my head at the same time of sort of saying something that's hidden behind you. And I've always thought whatever that thing is living on the planet Midnight, it's immortal and vastly intelligent and vastly childish at the same time.
Mrs. Silvestri, I'm trying to understand. You've captured my speech. What for? What do you need?
So the same things were cropping up. Children's games, hiding, never quite seeing what it looks like. So that all just kind of, in the end, just kind of demanded. It said, actually, don't try to pretend this is something else. This is the same planet.
Ah! Whoa!
It's creepy. I think it was one of the first scripts where there was a recommended soundtrack to listen to while you were reading it.
What did you see?
I didn't. I loved the tension because it's not spanning like lots of different sets or anything. Most of the episode stays in like a central hall. To have like nothing, you can't see the bad guy. It was really interesting to act scared opposite nothing, really. And that being actually what was so scary about it.
Get back! Get back! What happened?
She threw her across the room.
Russell was making such a point of being so beautifully, vaguely descriptive about the monster that I was like, that actually helps.
Don't you see?
What do you mean?
I used that. I got into the headspace of just allowing it to be unknown. Normally, I really like to see like the previs or a drawing. Or for some reason, it just really helped to have no vision or idea of what it could be.
There's something behind me. No one knows what it is, but it can't be seen and it can't be stopped. Now please, help me.
And jump!
What do you mean jump?
Yes, great big opening, adventure, action-packed starter to an episode. I just wanted to throw it into action. It's like, especially because it's an episode that once it reaches the central hall, stays still. It's actually a scary episode set around one space. And so I just thought the one chance for action and adventure was the beginning.
I loved the skydiving stuff. Absolutely loved it. I love getting on wires. Love doing things with speed and adrenaline. I just love it. Our amazing stunt coordinator, Del Boy, Derek Lee. Whenever I see his face, I get happy because I know that I'm going to be put in a harness.
3, 2, 1, drop! And that's great. Thank you. Cut there.
I think because the emotional journey is pretty simple for me, it's like,
And rest. Cut. Thank you.
It's just really straightforward and really fun, and I wish I'd had more of a chance to do it.
It was just time to put Ncuti and Varada in those Marvel-type spacesuits. I wanted that look to it of where all their heroes and all their soldiers walk around in stuff that really works, that really makes them look ready for action. I just wanted that a much more modern feel to it than we've ever done before.
It's so empowering. It feels so powerful to put a suit on, and that's why it kind of takes me straight out of Belinda and into another character. It feels like an assassin. I think the first time Ncuti and I put our suits on, we didn't know how to behave. We were just in the TARDIS, like, whooping and cheering and all sorts. It's so beautifully made. It is very difficult to pee, and, you know.
This is made out of, it's a material that's used in wetsuits. I love it so much. After lunch, I don't love it so much because it's so tight and the belt is so tight, but in the morning when you zip it up, it feels great. The helmet, I don't love so much. You struggle to breathe or hear anyone, but they look cool on camera, so that's all that matters.
Those masks, they looked amazing, but it was very difficult for the cast to work with. And as soon as they put the masks down, they would start misting up. They would be putting the masks down at different times because you had costume doing it and checking everything. By the time the last ones got their masks down, the trooper one was all misted up. It was like, Chris Thomas, the first AD, described it as whack-a-mole. Just getting them all with no mist and able to shoot was actually quite tricky.
Troopers, advance.
My name is Ali Benny, and I just want to go home.
Casting Rose, my God, that was simple. Actually, Phil and I had met Rose before, where she'd said she'd love to be in Doctor Who. People always say that, and they don't always believe it. And this turned out to be true. And I tell you what, though, I tell you the absolute truth about Rose. I absolutely thought she was wonderful. So I was so happy to cast her. And let me say, I had no idea what a brilliant actor she is.
I have a daughter, a mum passed away, and she's with her granddad, and she's 2 years old, and I just want to see her. I absolutely love it. This actually was my bucket list that I really, really want to work on, and it's actually coming true. It's been fantastic. I've never been on a set where I'm just constantly smiling all the time, but my character's not smiling all the time. So I'm like, oh, calm down, Rose. You need to go to work. I shot her, right? I did it, but she was gonna kill me.
Are you hurt? I'm sorry, I don't know how to sign, but your arm. She is so, so sweet. She's got such a lively energy and she's got such a great sense of humor. As amazing as the set is, when you have to be in that same place, you start to get a bit of like cabin fever.
Can I ask, you've been on your own for a long time?
15 days.
What a difficult part that is, to sit there and be scared and yet be terrifying in yourself as well, and make the whole drama revolve around you, just sitting on a box in the middle of an empty room. My God, she's brilliant. I think it's an absolutely first-class performance.
15-foot radius round Alice Bentley at all times.
Any sign of trouble, shoot to kill.
I was very excited to read the script because I felt like, it does make sense for it to be a deaf character, because deaf people, we rely on having a lot of people in front of us, so if anyone comes behind us, we struggle to be able to communicate with them. Don't turn your back on me. Please, don't turn your back on me. But it's not like a big story about her being deaf, but her deafness is a part of this story.
Maybe that's how you survived. You can't hear it.
What did it say?
It knows my name.
I just really hope she gets to go home and see her daughter, because that's all she wanted the whole time. She wanted that, and I think she would do anything to make sure that monster's not going to go behind her ever again.
That looks clear.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. But we are not going anywhere. It's here.
So at the end, when Shai realizes that there is a way, she takes the monster from V and runs to the well and sacrifices herself, thinking she saved the day.
No!
However,
Yeah, so it's really sad to read that last page and realise that it was everybody's worst fear, which is that the monster leaving the planet and going out into the galaxy.
What? Nothing.
Who knows? We might come across it again. I actually don't know. Let me know if you know.
What is it?
Don't forget to click below to subscribe to the official Doctor Who YouTube channel.